What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit interesting, and just bear with me because I'm doing everything backwards right now. I bought, if you can see that box up there, it says CTS air intake. If you guys know anything, CTS makes a kit for this car, for the M177, for the C63 and the E63 and the AMG GT63. A lot of names right there. A intake system. Now, when I say I'm doing it backwards is because I'm filming this intro and I've already filmed the install, so the intakes are already on there, which, yeah, they look really pretty. Now, I filmed it like this because we were working on this and this, so I was like, you know what, let me just go and get it. And then halfway through I was like, maybe I should film this, be good content. So that's it. Let me get into it and I'll show you guys some of the stuff you got to do to install.
So you don't have to remove this. Honestly, you can just remove these, but it's easier if you take this out. Might as well do it.
So all that stuff right there, you unplug, and this stuff has a place to get transferred to onto the new intakes right there, and then on the other side too. Those are for the vacuum on the turbos. Undo that flathead clip. And just like that, we're done. So as you guys saw, it's not too hard. The kit is pretty good. There's no actual really modifying needed, except for this. We had to trim the plastic down there a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see, but this actual piece has two plastic pieces that like go down between the old school or the old tubes here, and you got to trim it just a little bit to make some modification happen for it to fit right. But it looks really good. It sounds really good, as you guys just heard it. That's all I was really looking for. They say you can gain between 10 to 20 horsepower. I really doubt it. I really just wanted to hear the noise it makes. I mean, we're actually going to go take it for a drive right now so we can really hear it. But, yeah, it looks pretty decent. I actually think it looks really good, especially with the red filters, because it kind of offsets it. I know the wheels are dirty, but it has those red calipers, so it does kind of make it look really good, and it sounds pretty good. So you guys heard it, what it sounded like stock. Let's go take it for a drive so we can kind of really hear this thing. Alrighty, so we are in the E63 with the CTS Turbo intakes. I've driven around probably for like 10 minutes now, 5 minutes, just to get it all warmed up, because I knew we were going to kind of get on it a little bit to obviously hear it. So I just wanted to warm up the oil and transmission temp and everything. And just from driving it around, oh my god, you can hear these turbos spooling like there's no tomorrow. This thing is an animal. I can't wait for those downpipes. I really cannot wait for those downpipes. That is going to be insane. But I guess to give you guys a little bit of a, I'm not really going to do a review, obviously, because I want to experience the car, maybe put like a week on the intake and everything and see we go from there. But just from driving it a little bit, when the car's cold, I don't know if it's just these M177s with the 9G multi-clutch transmission, but they're a little weird. It's almost a little, not rough, but it's a little finicky when it takes off. It's a little clunky and whatnot. I didn't really start from a completely cold car because it was kind of warm. I drove it this morning. So it felt a little bit better. It wasn't as clunky. I think it's just the way the transmission is. I don't know. But I've heard online from people that have installed these on their C63s and E63s that it removes an aspect of that clunking away. So it's not as clunky anymore. It's more easier to get into boost and just, you know, it's more linear, and then the transmission's smoother, which never really made any sense to me. I don't know how air filters are going to affect they're going to affect the way a car's transmission acts and whatnot, but I don't know. Maybe it's something I don't know. But these intakes, guys, let me just put in I'm just going to give it a little bit of throttle so you guys can kind of see what this thing can do. And I mean, can you guys hear that? Oh my god, that is nuts. That's actually nuts, you guys. That's crazy. I mean, the way this thing picks up speed and it drives, this thing is an absolute animal of a car. I absolutely love this thing. It's become probably one of my favorite cars I've ever owned. The E55 is still by far my favorite car. We're not here to contemplate that or really, you know, talk differently about that, but I love my E55, and this thing is just awesome. I mean, it is just an absolutely awesome automobile. It's smooth, it's great. The car does exactly what you want it to do. It points in terms of, you know, you point in a direction it goes. The speed is it's actually really good on this thing. Here, let me put it in I'll put it in individual mode. I'm gonna get on a Phillips so you guys can kind of hear it. But can you guys hear that? You guys hear those? Those intakes sound nuts. Lower the window a little bit because I really want you guys to hear it. So if it gets a little windy, I apologize, but I'm grinning ear to ear. Now, do I think what they advertise on the website of this thing adding 10 to 20 horsepower to this car? No, I don't really think it does. I mean, it might. It is a turbocharged car. You know, if you did this to a naturally aspirated car like my old TL63 with the M177, probably not, probably won't do much, but here maybe it does, because these are also bigger tubes, so it is a little bit bigger in terms of how much air it sucks in. But get on again. No, that's insane. That's insane. I love this car. I love this car. I really hope you guys can hear that. And just the way it, oh my god, on downshifts too. Oh, this thing is nasty. Oh my god. No, I love this thing. I love this thing. I mean, the E55 has its own characteristics. You know, that thing, it basically has a straight piped exhaust, no cats, and it's loud, you know, the supercharger one is there and everything. This thing just has its own personality. I mean, the spooling of the turbos, the blow-off valves, just the way the induction noise, oh my god. This is nuts. This is crazy. I'm acting like a 5-year-old child in a candy store. This is crazy. I love this car. I can't. Oh my god. Yeah, this is zero regrets, by the way. Zero regrets. To be fair, I do need to give full disclosure. I didn't buy the CTS Turbo System intake brand new. I bought it from a guy on the E63 W213 Facebook group. So he listed on there that he sold his E63 and he had some parts left over. And I was like, hey, how much you want for the intakes? And he was like, give me 300 and they're yours. So I PayPal'd him 300 bucks and they showed up yesterday and I installed them today. But it sounds nuts. And of course I'll do another follow-up, maybe in like a month we'll do a review of how I actually feel about the intakes. But as of right now, I mean, these things are not getting taken off. I have the stock air boxes. I'm not getting rid of them by all means. Eventually, if I end up selling this car ever, I will give those stock air boxes to the next owner if they want to put them on or whatever. But as of right now, those intakes are staying on because that noise is addicting. I mean, all I'm going to do is put my foot down on that pedal to the floor and just keep hearing that induction noise because it is nuts. That noise is nuts. Oh my god. I mean, I knew it was going to get louder. You know, the turbos are right there, so you can hear it's right in front. I mean, the turbos are in the hot B, so you know you don't have much piping between them aside from a pipe probably this big that's between the turbos and everything and the filters. But that's why it's so loud. Oh my god. And of course you don't have an air box restricting the sound, so it sounds really good. And like I said, maybe it actually did pick up 10-20 horsepower. I don't know. I'm gonna say no, because I've found in the past that intakes don't really give you power. In fact, on the E55, the aftermarket intakes you can buy actually give you less power because it's more of a hot air intake. But here, it is an isolated system, so you do have... I'm sorry. We're mid-serious conversation. I just did that. I'm a child. But, oh my god, it's so good. And as you guys saw, it looks so good. you know, with the red filters and everything. And yes, before anybody asks, since they are used, I did clean them. I have a Canon cleaning system back from when I had my Boxster, because I put a filter in it and I bought the cleaning kit, whatever. So I did clean them. I let them dry out and then I sprayed the oil on them, so they are good to go. This is awesome. For $300, look at the amount of, I mean, the grinning on my face says it all. It is well worth it. Now, if you're buying it new, if you don't like buying used parts, I completely understand, because I mean, I wouldn't buy used parts that are like turbos or stuff like that. There, I'd probably just buy new, but this is just an intake. It's like just some couplings and like some pipes and whatnot, so it wasn't anything that serious. But if you're looking to buy the CTS system new, it's about $600. And that's before taxes, before shipping, stuff like that. So it is expensive. You can get a WiseTech system. That one is more expensive. It's like $1,800, which it looks exactly the same as this one. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. To be fair though, I don't know how well the CTS system is new. Like I said, that guy, I bought it from a guy who had it on his E63, so he might have had to do some modifications to the boxes. Maybe he had to cut something. I didn't. I just put everything in and it fit in. But all I had to do was modify my top, you know, the cover on top of the engine that says AMG on it and everything. But this is nuts, you guys. I am in love. I mean, oh my God, we gotta do it again. We gotta do it again. I can't wait for those downpipes. I cannot wait for those downpipes. And then it's gonna hurt me, but I am gonna buy a tune. I'm thinking Eurocharge right now, just because from everything I've read online and whatnot, they have the best reputation when it comes to these M177s. So we'll see. We'll do all the, you know, I'll do a little bit more research and everything, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Eurocharge tune stage 2 with downpipes. The car in theory should be hitting like 730, 750 crank horsepower at that point with those modifications. So then it'd be interesting. I really want to, after I do all that stuff, I want to race the that M5 that Jacob was talking about during his race. The guy that he knows that has an M5 comp with downpipes in a tune, I want to race him. The M5s are nuts. Those cars are really, really fast, and I love them because I've driven one. I drove a 2020 M5 comp on, actually for the place I work at, for the dealership. We do YouTube videos there too, and I drove it for that. We filmed a video with it, and that thing was fast. It was really nice. But you know, after having driven that M5 comp and driven this, I would probably still take the E63. And I'm not saying that from a I love Mercedes bandwagon standpoint. I do love the brand, but I genuinely just prefer the E63. I think the interior looks nicer. I think the materials in here are a little bit nicer than the M5, and I think the car overall outside looks nicer than the M5. I think they made the M5 a little bit more subdued than the F10 was with the F90, but it still looks awesome. I just kind of prefer the look of the E63. But yeah, let me know. So next mod on this car is really going to be probably downpipes tune. And you guys let me know what you think about this, because it is cosmetic. I want to do a Panamericana grill, you know, from the facelift car on this one. Let me know what you guys think. Should I do it? Should I keep the stock one? I don't know. I mean, the stock one looks really good and everything, but you guys let me know. But I do appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. I love making these videos for you guys. This is, the interactions I get is awesome. I'm trying to find an M5 comp that's stock so we can race it against the E63 while it's stock to see what happens. I think the M5 comp is supposed to be faster, but you never know. So let me know down below. Thank you again all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.